go. Hey everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm Kurt Walbeck. What a way to come into a remote lake here in Ely, Minnesota. This week we're with the guys from Cast Outdoors. Now we're going to be ice fishing on some remote lakes around the Boundary Water Canoe Area. And we, as you can probably tell, came into the lake on dog sleds. So let's get set up, see if we can find some of these famous crappies here in northern Minnesota.
All right, so right now we're on one of the smaller lakes up here in Ely here, and this lake isn't really well known for any big crappies, but it is kind of a little bit of a secret. It's known for some nice sunnies in here. Got some coming in here right now here. Okay, here we go. This lake here, we love sending families up to this lake here. This lake is a blast. It's really easy to fish. It's just a nice little bowl lake, and it's just loaded with panfish. If you're willing to do a little bit of work to get in here, you'll catch fish. You'll have a fun time catching nice fish in here. Good numbers. Oh, here we go. Nice sunny here. One of my favorite lures up here to use is soft plastics. People just don't use these enough up here. When you get them to good numbers, get a lot of fish down there, and you want to have plastic so you can get up and down and catch some more.
There we go. Yep, so we're on a remote lake here in the Ely area, and we're targeting bluegills, crappies today. So far we're finding bluegills, and we're going to be looking for those bigger crappies. It's an area that's a little bit more inaccessible, and so we've got the lake to ourselves. We're here looking for bluegills and crappies, and hopefully some more show up here momentarily.
He's coming. Coming up, coming up. Nicer fish. Ooh, nice gill. Beautiful fish. Yeah, so we have a big school of bluegills coming through. A little bit bigger fish right now. They're just roaming this little basin right here, and we're hopping holes trying to keep up with the school. Get back down in there before we lose them.
It's another hole where the fish are just loaded up in here. That's exactly what it is, a bunch of these small crappies. Now, there aren't many lakes where you go to where the problem is there's so many fish on your graph that you're trying to find just the big ones. So I tell you what, I always say as long as my pole is bent, it doesn't matter, I'm having fun, but sure it'd be nice to get down to some of those bigger fish down below.
Dropping down here. We're trying to weed through some of those smaller fish to get to the bigger ones. You got to get past that school. There'll be a layer of small fish out competing the bigger fish down at the top of the school. So we're just trying to get down past them and get down to those bigger fish. And there's one right now. getting past some of those small bluegill to get into some of the better crappies that are down there. This is about a mid-sized crappie for this lake, but there is just a ton of them. Actually, doubling up the waxies right now. They're just so hungry and competing so hard with each other. We sized up our tungstens to get down past the little guys, and these schools are just moving so fast. Here he comes. He's come ripping up. Whoa. Oh, I missed them. There are like 3 of them competing. Clean me off. There he comes. Oh, yeah. We got smaller fish down there right now. I'm just cleaning this off. I'm gonna size down real quick. They're all over here. They're yeah, so there's a lot of different lakes that we fish around here that are remote, and they're kind of, the terrain might be a little bit more rugged than, or the distance, maybe the terrain is not so rugged, but the distance is just so far to cover that it's kind of outside the scope of what a normal easy half day or a full day trip would be for someone, depending on your physical fitness levels and the amount of gear that you're bringing in. 2 or 3 mile hike in might be the limit for someone. A lot of the locations that we're going into are anywhere from 6 to 18 miles in. So a lot of the areas that we're trying to access are really remote, and they get very little pressure, particularly in the wintertime. So they're pristine areas, and they give us some pretty unique opportunities to provide for our clients. So.
This is just crazy. I love when they take out some drag. That's a good sign. Look at that. Just another beautiful crappie here. If you're interested in coming to Ely, Minnesota, and you want to fish on your own, what I'd recommend is make sure to stop on the side of town. Go to Arrowhead Outdoors, talk to Steve and Chris. They'll let you know where the bite's on. They'll be able to take care of your bait needs, all of your bait right there. They'll get you hooked up.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Cold Nation Outdoors and Mountain Dew.
Oh, geez. He absolutely inhaled that. Oh, look at that. Now that is exactly what we came to Ely, Minnesota for. Well, good morning, everyone. That's exactly where we're at. We're in northern Minnesota, and we're out chasing some crappies on late ice. And look at that specimen. Well, we're hoping to put a lot of these on the ice today. Stick with us. It's going to be awesome.
So I like to work my way around with a search bait, like a clipless crankbait, like one of these ripping wraps. If they don't hit it, I go down with the spoon, but sometimes when they're really fired up, it doesn't matter, they're gonna hit it, you know. And they're just cruising around, just roaming in these schools, so it's like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You can keep hole hopping and looking for them, or you can stay put and just wait for them to come through.
My name's Dave Hicks with Cast Outdoor Adventures. Our sole purpose for existing as an organization is to educate and provide opportunities to cultivate the skill sets within people to be able to participate in wilderness pursuits, being it fishing or camping or travel by canoe through wilderness areas. There's so much involved in the skills development of that, and we really want to just be a organization that provides that instructional aspect to the wilderness experience. And in doing so, we also educate about conservation and sustainable management of our fisheries and our forests, that areas that we love and we want to protect and also enjoy, and to make those areas accessible to people who may have not necessarily been blessed with family and friends who had the skill sets to pass on so that they could do that. So that's one of the things, the main cornerstones of our organization, our business, is that we focus on teaching independence rather than codependence.
So Arrowhead Outdoors is located on the east end of town. We're Ely's oldest bait shop, largest bait shop too. We've been around since 1970. We mainly cater to everybody who's going into the Boundary Waters or fishing around our area. We try to carry the best lures, the best bait at the best times of the year when they're most effective. And so we carry a lot of variety of bait. We also put out a weekly fishing report here for Arrowhead Outdoors in the Ely area. We don't name Pacific lakes, but we'll give you general information about depths to find the fish, the techniques that people are using to catch the fish, and really giving you everything you need to know to give you a good starting point. And we try to put that one out every week here. But we also put that on our Facebook page, our website, everywhere. You can also check out our Facebook page for pictures, see what else is going on, see what people are catching. Anything interesting is going on around Ely here.
Another fish, he's coming out. Oh. I'm telling you, when you see him on the graph, ooh, when they take drag, you know that's nice. But when you see them on the graph and they're coming up to meet you, oh man, look at that. Just another great northern Minnesota crappie.
Oh, wow. Just hooked onto a beauty. Wow. First day here in Ely, Minnesota. This is what we came here for, an absolute beauty. Wow. That's what we came here for.
There. There's a nice crappie here. This is a nice, good average Ely crappie here. We got a lot of lakes up here. They have crappies like this. If you look closely at him here, he's been caught before. So just goes to show catch and release works good up here.
Got one. Feels like a pretty nice one. All right. What a beauty. He came cruising in about 5 feet off the ground. Smashed it. This is a beautiful crappie. I can do this all day. It's fantastic. The weather started up, but the fish started biting. Beautiful scenery. I can't believe I'm up here. I came here canoeing as a kid, and I never thought I'd be catching monster crappies in the wintertime. Time to let this baby be caught again by someone else.
I don't know if you can tell, but the weather has really changed here, but the snow is coming in, the wind started to pick up. I tell you what, the crappies are still here. In fact, I've got one on the graph right now. There he is. I tell you what, not only are the crappies huge here in this area, they are really, really active. Ooh, there he is. Take a look at that. Beautiful northern Minnesota crappie. Unbelievable. What a ton of fun. Well, he is right in the top of the mouth. All I'm using is just a small VMC white tungsten jig with just a small plastic VMC body. And I'm gonna get this guy back down here quick, but boy, what a difference a day makes. When we arrived here in Ely, it was basically spring. There was no snow on the ground. The weather was 50-some degrees. And I tell you what, we woke up this morning and the snow came in overnight, the wind came in. It's quite a bit cooler. It's mid-30s today. And as much as we didn't want to see all this cold weather, there is one group that loves this kind of weather, and that's the sled dogs. I tell you what, this is an opportunity for them to extend their season a little bit, and they're pretty excited about it today. What a neat way to get out onto some of these lakes. I've got to thank all of the guys at Cast Outdoors for helping us out to get out to some of these remote locations. Promotional consideration provided for Outdoor Bound TV by the Deer Ridge Resort, our year-round headquarters in beautiful Ely, Minnesota.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Ice Force by Rapala and Strike Master.
You know, we've been very fortunate over the years to spend some time in the Ely, Minnesota area during the summer months. But I've got to be honest, I've never really considered it a winter destination. Well, that was until this trip. After doing battle with some of those monster crappies, you can bet I'll be back on the ice there real soon. If you're interested in spending some time with the crew from Cast Outdoor Adventures, their website is right here on the screen. Look them up. You'll have a wonderful time. And we hope that you'll join us again here next week when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the U.S., around Canada, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Markham Technologies and Venom Outdoors.
What are we doing right here?
It's a crappie dance. That's good. Keep it big.
If you hold them up to the camera close enough, it looks big.
This can't be that difficult. I'm a left-handed pole from the east side of St. Paul. I can figure this out.
Nope, wouldn't hit it.
These dogs don't stop.
When Peter's naked, we're all afraid.
And I've seen Peter run, but he can't catch those dogs.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Otter and PK Lures.